The FDNY sounding the alarm on lithium-ion batteries. Last week, officials announced they've seen a 70% increase in lithium-ion battery fires so far this year, calling the increase an unprecedented and dangerous record. Joining us now is Michael Hoffman, CEO of National Waste and Recycling Foundation. Good morning.
Good morning, Mary. Thank you for having
The
us.
FDNY says this year they've already investigated 235 lithium-ion battery fires. That's a jump from 138 same time last year. Why are these batteries so dangerous?
So a lithium battery is not an energy-related issue. The lithium battery issue is a chemical-related issue. And if that battery gets damaged, you drop your phone, your e-bike tips over and it hits the battery, you could damage a cell. You get a chemical reaction. It goes to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit milliseconds, and it's very difficult to put out with water. So that's the compounding effect. The issue in the city and across the country is the ever-growing presence of long life and rechargeable batteries. Those are predominantly lithium, and they're now ubiquitous in our lives. We're not here to get rid of batteries. We just want to give the public an awareness that you have to be very knowledgeable about what the condition of your battery is to avoid this risk.
What are the safe ways to use battery-operated devices at home? What do you suggest?
So we would tell you, don't leave things charging overnight unobserved. Buy the OE replacement if you're replacing a battery. So in power tools, for example, don't buy the knockoff, which admittedly is half the price. They're not as well manufactured. If you leave batteries in a recharging station and you walk away, you don't know whether that's going to overheat. If it overheats, it can damage a cell. You do that repeatedly, that can lead to a fire. The difficulty for the fire department in New York and across the country is identifying the absolute source, because the fire is so intense it destroys everything. But they're becoming more and more aware that e-bikes are a problem in New York. Just the ever-growing presence of them is a convenience to travel. And one of the issues is to replace that battery is $250. So you find a cheap knockoff for $100. Well, it's not as well made. And if you drop your bike or it falls, now you've damaged it. It's just a fire waiting to happen.
What is the safest way to dispose of these old batteries then?
So we've developed a public outreach, education outreach campaign called batterysafetynow.org. It's our Skip the Bin, Turn Your Batteries In program, hosted around Woodsy Owl, which we've licensed from the U.S. Forest Service. If you go onto that website, up in the right-hand corner, it says Turn In, you put your zip code, it'll identify 20,000 retail locations, Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, Tractor Supply, Office Supply, Staples, where you can bring the batteries back. In your home, we ask you to tape the ends so that there's no risk that you're touching ends and it's causing a heated event. And then when you go out shopping, take them with you and bring them to one of those locations and drop them off. Our partner, the Battery Network, then safely stores them, packs them, ships them to a warehouse where they're separated into the relevant chemistries, and then they're recycled.
What are some everyday household items that would surprise people to know that they actually run on those batteries?
So I grew up remembering that you'd get a Christmas present and say batteries not included. There are 40,000 consumer products today with an embedded battery. So you ever seen the little flashing lights on the kids' sneakers on their heels? That's an embedded battery. Then the obvious ones are your clicker on your TV. Your smoke detectors now have long life batteries in them. You don't have to change out the 9-volt battery anymore. Any kind of a clock on an appliance that stays on if the power goes out, there's a battery in there that is rechargeable as the power is on. It just keeps it charged. Toothbrushes, power tools. The obvious ones are your phone, your watch, your laptop, your tablets. All of these have rechargeable batteries in them.
Michael Hoffman, CEO of National Waste and Recycling Foundation, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mary.